if you clicked on this video, you're probably well aware that Milan is not cheap at all. In fact, it's the most expensive city in whole Italy. So if you're coming to Milan to study or to work and you're looking for ways to save money here, this video is for you. Here I'm gonna share not only my personal insights, but also I asked my friends to share their ways of saving money. So this video is gonna be packed with advice and tips. If you're already living in Milan and have your own tips on how to save money in such an expensive city, please share your insights in the comment. This will be really helpful not only for me, but for all the people who are interested in this question. There's a lot of information and I don't want to make this intro too long, so let's just start. But first, let me introduce myself. Ciao, if you're new here, I'm Vlada. I moved to Italy 7 years ago for studies, and now I live and work in Milan. And on this channel, I try to share all the helpful information from cost of living, finding an apartment, studies, plus daily moments, daily vlogs. So if you're interested in these topics, please subscribe. And let's start this video. So let's start from food, because this is one of the biggest expenses monthly, living in Italy especially. If you want something cheap and don't mind a little surprise, you should install an app that is called Too Good To Go. So basically it's an app where restaurants sell their surplus food at a big discount, and it's called Magic Box. And ordering there, you're not only helping to reduce the food waste, but also you receive a very cheap meal, because prices usually start from €2.99, €3.99. And in Milan, bakeries, bars, and even restaurants use it. So you just reserve it through the app, and then you have a time slot to pass and pick your box, usually in the evening. And you just get a random mix of food, which is kinda fun. And for eating out, check the fork. You can book a table at the restaurant through their app and get a discount up to 50%. They also have points system that is called Yums, and when you collect enough, you can redeem it for your next reservation and get around €50 off your next meal, which is pretty nice. Then, of course, I have to mention Aperitivo. You can't live in Milan without experiencing aperitivo or even apericena. For those who doesn't know, aperitivo is when you pay just for a drink and they bring you a tray of snacks with it, while apericena is the same. You just pay for your drink, but you get an access to unlimited buffet. Usually apericena costs around €15–16 depending on the place. The most popular areas for getting aperitivo is Navili and Arco della Pace. For example, one place we used to go a lot when we were students is called Laura Feliz, and they have apericena with open buffet with desserts and salty things, and usually they even pass around the tables with some hot dish offering to add it to your plate. Now let's talk about buying groceries. I received various questions about the cheapest supermarkets in Milan. It's Lidl, Aldi and Penny Market, the three supermarkets that are definitely cheaper than Esselunga or Carrefour. Personally, for me, not all the categories of the products there are good, but there are certain ones that I like from there. But my favorite supermarket in Milan is Esselunga, and you need to have a Carta Fidati loyalty card of them and install the Esselunga app, where you see current discounts and coupons. Also, a general tip for buying groceries in Italy is better always to buy seasonal food. It's always cheaper and tastes better. So if you install the Esselunga app, you definitely need to check section Buoni, where there are bonuses like, for example, you need to buy €16 seafood and you will get a discount of €4 for your purchase, or sometimes they even give you some items for free. Also, with each purchase, you collect punti fragola, which is basically loyalty points that then you can accumulate and exchange for different things and experiences. This way, we got a lot of nice things, like, for example, my Smeg toaster that I bought there with punti fragola much cheaper than the original price. We went to Cuci Terme, to spa like that, to cinema. So there are many ways to use them. Besides that, every season in Esselunga, there is a Bollini program, which is basically stickers that you can collect and then you can exchange it for their products. And they always collaborate with great brands on this. For example, I got cups from Villeroy & Bosch, which I really love, and other nice things for the house. And sorry guys, I know that sounds like I'm advertising Esselunga, but I promise you no one paid me for that. If Esselunga, if you want to pay me, I would love to collaborate, but I just genuinely like this supermarket. And one last option to save money on your groceries is to check fresh food like sushi, poke bowls and ready meals. Usually in the end of the day, they put them on discount, sometimes 30 to 50% to reduce food waste. So this way you can buy ready meals much cheaper. If you study or work in Milan, a monthly public transport pass is absolutely worth it. The regular one costs 39 euro per month and 22 for students or workers under 27, and it covers trams, metro and buses. But if you don't use it daily, you can also buy just a carnet. This is like a rechargeable paper card that is for 10 travels, but you pay just for 9, so you're saving one trip. In general, if you want to save on public transport in Milan, it makes sense to use bicycle. For example, Milan bike sharing service Bike Me is very convenient and quite cheap, especially if you buy the pass for 1 year. It's very affordable. It costs 36 euro, while 1 day pass is 450. You can rent their regular bikes or e-bikes, which will be a few euros more. Also, if you're interested in buying your own bicycle, you can always check Facebook Marketplace for used bikes. But remember, in Milan, bike robbery is a super common crime. So, for example, my first bike was stolen. I already told this story on my channel. So just be careful. And did you know that sometimes business class tickets for trains are cheaper than regular ones? It depends on when you're buying it, but there are certain times when it's true. Both Italo and Trenitalia have good deals if you book early. And of course, probably the cheapest way to travel around Europe is Flixbus, the buses. They're not always that comfortable, but yes, they are cheap. If you're already living in Milan, switching phone providers can save you a lot of money every month. But to get this big discount, you have to already have the plan with one of them, because providers here have high competition between them and are always willing to steal clients from each other, and you can actually take advantage of that. So just to give you an example, my husband had a Wind3 plan for 15 euro per month with unlimited data. Then he switched to Fastweb and started to pay 8 euro per month, and then he made a little more research and switched to Team Mobile, and now he's paying 5 euro per month, which is incredible because the plans are all the same basically. And another pro tip, guys, when he switched to Team last time, we also attached our home internet to his plan, and it is 34 euro per month, but we got subscriptions to streaming services. It includes Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, DAZN and Infinity. All cost 34 euro per month, which is very cheap. Actually, if I think about it, before we paid 30 euro per month and it was just internet without streaming services. So the final advice is just do your research and try to change until you get the best plan possible. If you don't have TV at home in Italy, don't forget that you are gonna be always automatically charged for it anyways. So for example, my friend shared with me that she has no TV at home, and every January she declares that, and this saves her about 200 euro per year, which is not bad at all. And now let's talk about cultural life, because Milan is full of events, but not all, of course, are free. And I want to share here all the tips how you can save money on cultural life and still attend as many things as possible. If you like exploring historical places like I do, you definitely should get a FI membership. That is amazing. You pay per year and it gives you free or discounted entries to villas, castles and gardens all over Italy. For example, I entered like that to Villa del Balbianello at Lake Como, that is stunning, and Villa Necchi in Milan for free. I actually got the couples pass. I got it during Valentine's Day sale and it cost me 50 euro for the whole year, but usual price for a couple, I think it's 60 euro. And besides the free entrances, it gives you a newsletter which tells about all the cultural events happening during this week. And then also you get discounts into the usual museums and exhibitions. Also, Milan has several free museum days. Many civic museums open for free on the first Sunday of each month, and some are also free on the first and third Tuesday from 2 p.m. And Biblioteca degli Alberi, BAM, is not just a park, it's a cultural hub, and they organize free open-air yoga, cinema, and concerts, especially in summer. You can sign up on their website or follow their Instagram to get their updates, and they really make a lot of cultural events for free. And the Cemetery Monumentale, that is located in the city center, is also a free entrance spot, and I think it's really worth visiting. Even if you are not into cemeteries, this is not just a cemetery. I actually went to an excursion, and they showed us there's so many beautiful art, sculptures, and history. This place just is amazing, I think. And if you're a student, always carry with you your student ID, because you can get discounts in different shops, museums, even cinemas. You can join Erasmus, WhatsApp, and Facebook groups where they share a lot of free or low-cost events in Milan. And also for budget-friendly ideas, you can check Instagram accounts like Milano da Scrocco or Poveritivo, where you can find cheap aperitivi and all the events happening right now in the city. And if you like fashion, Milan is of course heaven for also vintage and second-hand finds. You can use app called Vinted to buy or sell your own clothes, or check out Umana Vintage Store. Sometimes they also organize in Milan kilo sales where you pay by weight. Also, don't miss the Navili Antique Market. It's huge and happens only on the last Sunday of every month. And if you're a freelancer or self-employed like me, instead of hiring an accountant that is called in Italian commercialista, you can actually save money using this service that is called Fiscozen, that will assign you a commercialista with whom you can talk by phone or write in the chat, and they have a platform to create all your paperwork and invoices. Actually, I use this service since I opened my business in Italy, and it's been a few years, and I like the experience. It costs much less than the regular normal commercialista, and it's a very convenient, user-friendly platform where you can do everything at one place. So I will leave an affiliate link below. If you are interested, you will get a €50 discount for your plan with Fiscozen. And also, I think the first consultation with them is free. And if you're already living in Milan for more than 2 years, you can also apply to count your ISEE. That gives you many income-based bonuses for rent support or transportation, many different categories. And if you just moved to Milan and you need help with paperwork, because bureaucracy here, as we all know, is crazy, there are these volunteer kind of organizations that help foreigners to fill in the documents or give some consultations. One of them is ACLI. I will leave the name here. And if you need help with your documents, you can also ask in your local CAF. There they usually do it for a small fee, I think. Also, I've been asked a lot about part-time jobs during your studies, and if you love animals and you want to earn extra money, you can try dog sitting or pet sitting in general. There are 2 apps that I personally used, which is called Shake and Rover. And Milan is full of dogs, so it's not that difficult to find clients. Yeah, basically this app connects you with the owners, and if they go for vacations, or sometimes there are dogs, for example, that don't stay alone in the house and they can just bring them to you for daycare, or some just need walks. So yeah, there's a lot of potential work out there. And if you are looking for traveling to Milan and for short-term accommodation, you can check the website that is called Trusted House Sitters, where basically you come to someone's apartment while the people are on vacation and you take care of their pet. The other platform is Live Kindred, that is a home swapping platform. I personally never tried none of them, but I would be interested in trying the one of pet sitting, because I think it's a very good opportunity to come and live a local life and discovering the city through this more local experience. So yeah, I think that's it. If you have any other nice tips for saving money in Milan, please share them in the comments. And I really hope this video was helpful for you. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Ciao!